Brand new setup. I hope you guys enjoy this. There's a little bit of scenery in the background now. I did get a DSLR. Pretty much over the past week and a half, I was just buying a bunch of random shit on Amazon. Thanks to you guys and all the support that you guys have given me, I now have a nice little setup. Believe it or not, this is actually the exact same room I have been streaming in for the past 3 years. And in fact, this chair has only moved about 3 inches. It's only moved 90 degrees. So I do want to talk about the latest Jagex post. They are being very mysterious, and I'm eager to get into it. But first, drop a like on the video. If you enjoy it, I have to say that from now on, because somebody in my Twitch chat came in and they're like, you always tell me to like the video and I'm going to just keep disliking it whenever you tell me to like it. So, and then he like kind of expounded on it and he said, well, you shouldn't say like the video. You should say, if you like the video, then drop a like on the video. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start doing that from now on. If you like this video, drop a like on the video, guys. And if you fucking hate it, just drop a like anyway. And also subscribe if you guys like the rambles. Now, I do want to get your guys' feedback. Do you guys like this? I could have the full screen camera and I could also just have like the little blog post open, or we could do this where I go to like the miniature screen. I kind of like this a little bit more. It kind of shows what I'm doing in game a little bit. I'm just cooking karambwans because I've been AFKing them. So let me know down in the comments. This is option 2 right here. Option 1, the camera glitches out a little bit, but option 1 is this, have the post up here a little bit smaller and my face cam massive. Or option 2, leave it down in the comments along with some other stuff we're going to talk about today. I'm kind of looking forward to this. So I was under an NDA about a couple weeks ago. Mod Aiza and some other content creators and some other people on Jagex had a little call on Discord, and they were kind of bringing up the new polling system that Jagex is now going to be utilizing, which is now a 70% threshold, which is pretty cool, honestly. I think a lot of the time where something is like 74% and it doesn't come into the game, it's just like, oh my god, like it's so bad. Now there have been, I'm not gonna say that every single thing is good, because like we have had things that I personally didn't want to have not pass because it hit 74 and I was fucking happy about it. But I think for the most part, it's cool to get new shit into the game. And if the vast majority, 70% of people are wanting it in the game, I mean, it's just fair. Now, Jagex did give some statistics. I know we should be covering this blog, but I just want to bring up a few things in my head. Jagex gave some statistics, and I believe it's like 6% of the player base even votes at all. I mean, I know like 90% of the player base are bots, but like 6% are the only people that vote. And to be honest, I'm partly to blame, because over the past like year, I have not actually been actively voting. And I'm going to get back on that, because now knowing that you're not just competing with a million people, you're competing with like a couple, I don't know, maybe 30,000, 40,000 people. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I think Warding's poll was what, like just over 100,000. I think that was like the biggest poll ever. Something like that. Anyway, so it really goes to show that if 2% of the player base just don't want it and they are the active voters, it won't come into the game. And so, I don't know. That was kind of a cool little statistic. But let's see what Jagex... I guess we're going to be using option 2 for today. If you guys liked option 1, I'm sorry. Okay, today sees our first poll under the new system. Wonder what it's about. Okay. We've got a real treat for you today. Not only do we have a new Twisted Tale for you, we've also got a mysterious new quest that comes with its own repeatable solo boss. Okay, I just gotta say right now, this, and I know we're gonna keep covering it. I'm taking a bunch of breaks. I'm really excited about this. I love waking up. Well, I loved as a kid. I don't fucking know as an adult, but I'm pretty much still a kid. As a kid, when Jagex would come out with a new update, one of the biggest ones was construction. And it was just the most magical thing ever, logging in and realizing there's a brand new skill. I was like, what? Like, huh? This is amazing. And we haven't really gotten that with OSRS. Now, we do play Efficiency Scape, where like we want the numbers, we want to know literally everything before it comes out. And I just, you know, it has its pros, it has its cons, I guess, but like I'm really excited about just Jagex throwing something into the game. And we still have a say in it. They're not just going to throw it in. They're going to give us a little bit of hint, and they're still going to let us vote yes or no, but they're just going to throw it in there. I'm really excited about it. So let's see. As you know from our poll changes blog, we are taking a new approach to polling upcoming content. We're being a little bit more secretive about things to make sure all the best bits stay a surprise, but you'll still get a key into the, you'll still get key info into, I am struggling, but you'll still get the key info you need to make a decision. Dear God, please help me. So if these poll questions look a little different, that's why. Alongside these questions, we will also be polling the recent Combat Achievements expansion rewards. Okay. Sorry, I got to bring this up again. Combat Achievement expansion rewards are they're so, like, I know they're fine. Like, it's like, whatever. It's better than nothing. But dear God, they did not take, like, any suggestions hardly. One of the biggest things was the double thrall timer. And I need to let people know about this. I want to just briefly say this because I got way too many comments talking about, hey, dude, you know 3 prayer points is the same exact thing as doubling the thrall time. It's not. It's not the same thing, and I tried to explain. I thought I explained it perfectly well in the last ramble. I didn't, apparently. A lot of high-level PVMers want the thrall timer to be the exact same, but they want the prayer points to be cut in half. And I know that sounds like the exact same thing in a perfect ideal world, but people in Inferno are re-summoning thralls before their thrall has even died because their thralls are just walking over, marching, fucking delusional. Like, they're literally disoriented on where they're supposed to be. And so they'll just be on the other side of the map when you want them there attacking something. Now, if thralls had unlimited range and they could run and they could move around obstacles perfectly, which they actually can now, which is kind of cool, then it wouldn't be a problem. You could just always keep summoning thralls. But people need to re-summon thralls so that it's hitting the target that's in, like, the immediate vicinity. So anyway, it's a real shame that they didn't really bring that up at all. And to be honest, there's just a lot of weird stuff on there. The only cool thing that was made clear to me was that the hilt, Gommel's hilt, is actually going to be attached to the Avernic. That, thank God, because I got a little worried from some comments saying, I don't think the hilt's being attached to the Avernic cosmetic kit. It is. That is going to be a thing. So the Avernic now has 2 teleports on it. It's going to look fucking swaggy, or as Jagex says, swanky. Anyway, I'm really excited for it. So anyway, I'm excited for that. They could have done so much more with combat achievements. I'm just like trying not to worry about it because it is very clear they don't give a fuck. They're just going to send it out, and talking about it more is they're not going to do anything. Anyway, Garden of Death. We're returning to Kuren and Kebos for another twisted tale. These short, standalone quests are intended to add additional life and character to the continent. Huge fan. I don't really like quests that much, but when they're just short and giving a little bit of story and giving some life, it's perfect. The next installment in this anthology is the Garden of Death, an intermediate quest created during our first ever game jam. With a focus on exploration and discovery, this quest is unique in that it contains no characters, cutscenes, or dialogue, and instead uses an experimental style of gameplay that will see you deciphering a previously unknown language. Interesting. Let's keep cooking these crom ones. I'm just staring at my RuneScape guy. Okay, requirements. So they're not blocking things out of this one because it's pretty, I mean, this is just a basic one, but only 20 farming, 10,000 farming XP. That's massive. If you only need 20 like, this is like new meta. Like, you got to do this early game if you're going to make a new account. Jesus, that's a lot. For 20 farming, that's a lot. Anyway, poll question. Yeah, I think that's a great thing to add to the game. Next on the docket, we're proposing a new master level quest called, yeah, so this is like the kind of stuff they're doing. They're blocking it out. That is, oh. I was like, I'm fucking discovering what it is. Oh, these bastards. Look at that. I thought I was fucking deciphering it. God damn it. All right, whatever. Basically, it's a new master level quest. As we see the well, here, let me just read it. This quest is obviously so mysterious that the very title is a mystery. And the enigma doesn't stop there. Our story begins with a murder. And there's no shortage of suspects. In fact, you're one of them. To discover the truth, you'll need to form an unlikely alliance to uncover a true killer and discern their motive. Interesting. So, quest requirements, we're not sure yet. And it's some decently high requirements for a lot of like mid levels. 69 agility. That's, it's nothing to laugh at. I mean, I guess nowadays it's something to laugh at, but like it's still quite high. Rewards is, pretty decent chunk. So they're going to talk about these kind of rewards, and I think they're going to be offering more XP in lamps and just for quest rewards in general later down, so we're going to see that. But they're not really saying much about it. While we're on the subject of quests, we've recently been discussing the XP rewards from Master and Grandmaster levels. These quests are some of the hardest in the game, but they give less XP than if you were to spend the same amount of time just grinding the relevant skills. We want you to tell us how you'd feel about significantly increasing the XP rewards from these types of quests. A little something to make them more worthwhile, alongside the great stories they tell and awesome items they offer. Currently, the XP given from Master and Grandmaster quests vary between 10 and 30k for each named skill. We'd like to increase that to anywhere between 50 and 100k XP. That's awesome, I think. Now, these are Master and Grandmaster. You're not going to be at like level 20 shooting up 100,000 XP. That's not going to be how it works, obviously. There's probably going to be some minimum level requirement, probably 70. Is usually what they look at. So I think that's fantastic. Let me know what you guys think. If this question passes, the result will apply to the new beep bank standing. What is happening? Okay. Discussed above. We've got a second question which asks if you'd like to apply the new rule to previous Master and Grandmaster quests as well. If you've already completed them, we'll look to compensate you by introducing a simple way for you to claim any extra XP you missed out on. You know what? They are so fair with this kind of stuff. I mean, it's the same thing with Prohibita or whatever her name is, giving you like free credit to reclaim pets. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. They're so fair. It's almost like weird. Like you wouldn't expect it. Most games would be like, all right, fuck all you guys. Like, do you guys want this from like now going forth? But no, we're just going to get a bunch of XP. Unfortunately, I'm already maxed, but it still is a little bit of, extra juicy XP I could get. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. Give it. And for people that are trying to max, I can't even imagine. They're just like, trying to get their next levels. I mean, there's going to be a ton of XP given, I think, with all the Master and Grandmaster quests we do already have. A new challenger appears. As you may have noticed, we're keeping everything involving this new master level quest close to our chest, but we do have a little something for you to get excited about. During Where Varrock, you'll encounter a final boss. I love that. It's like Vorkath, and you just know this boss, I know I'll continue, this boss is just going to shit supplies out, and then they're going to nerf it a week later. So be sure to do this quest on release, guys. Take advantage of it, because if it's anything like Vorkath, yeah, you're going to want to. You'll encounter a final boss. Once you've defeated it and completed the quest, we'd like a phantom version of the boss to become a new, repeatable solo encounter. Fantastic. Of course, any boss worth its salt comes with some sweet loot, and we're already considering some suitable rewards. In accordance with our new polling process, we'll share our ideas with the new master level quests and the associated boss pass the poll. Or if they pass the poll, my bad. We understand this new approach is a bit different and we'll be keeping things a little bit more secretive than usual, so we'd like to hear your feedback on this poll. We've got big plans for dungeoneering, and we want to tell you all about the blah, blah, blah. Anyway. I'm kind of excited about this. Let me know what you guys think. I have been honestly really waiting for just some new normal boss encounters. I think, Vorkath is a little bit dull. I think this new boss is going to be a lot more enjoyable just because, they have a lot more experience with what makes a fun fight. The only thing that scares me is just Baba fucking puzzle room. That monkey room, that was a fucking disappointment. I'm sorry. I hate that room. They apparently did not learn from their mistakes now. But for the most part, Jagex has just been pumping out great content. Not pumping out great content. When they do give us, a little bit of something, it is pretty good. And I'm really excited for a new little solo encounter. I would also love to just see some new Slayer monsters in general. Just more things to kill, more new unique items. And that's what I really want to see between now and the next raid, is just a bunch of different fun bosses that don't take a fuck ton of time to get all their uniques. I don't want to see another Nightmare. In fact, I'm sorry, Fasani's Nightmare, like we've talked about it. when you look at other bosses around the game, and then you go to Fasani's Nightmare and you realize, and I know, you know, a couple of years ago when they first brought out Fasani's, they were saying, we just want to do a little bit of an increase compared to normal Nightmare drop rates. And so they said like 20%. And it ended up being more about like 25 to 30% because of the sleepy tablet and stuff. But like a 1 in 160 for one drop is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't even think anybody would be butthurt if they just made the drops like 1 in 80. Literally doubled the drop chance at Fasani's. That boss would just be so much more fun. The items are already in the bin. Their prices suck. The armor and the orbs are becoming useless unless they actually make some good changes, which I have been advocating for. Anyway, I just really hope that new bosses in the future are not just insane grinds. I just want them to be fun, take about 100 hours total to like complete. Maybe the pet can be like a 200-hour grind. Maybe some cosmetics can also be big, but like the main rewards that actually have use should really be I don't know, within like 100 to 150 hours. That's my like take on it. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about. I will be making a ramble tomorrow as well. There is stuff I want to talk about, but I really wanted to just focus on this little quest right here. And I'm really excited about it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I've said that a bajillion times. I'll keep saying it a bajillion times. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.